for joining me today. I know it's been a while, I've been on hiatus. I have a bunch of new stuff coming up in my shop for you guys, so be sure to check that out. Today, I just want to do a quick check-in with my collective. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with some themes, actually. Okay. You guys have been waiting for me, huh? Alright, let's just get one more. Thank you. Okay. Alrighty, yeah. So the first thing that we have is lighten your load coming out. The second one that pairs with that is going to be life purpose in reverse. So I am getting the kind of sense where you might feel burdened, maybe even a little lost or directionless at this time. Maybe you feel like you're on shaky ground, or like maybe you don't know what the end goal is. Maybe you feel like you've like lost the plot. We have service coming out, as well as, what is that, grief in reverse. Okay, interesting. We also have creation coming in on the back of that deck. I don't know what that is. What is that? Mysticism in reverse. It does seem like something was previously hidden to you. Maybe something that was draining you, or you were helping someone else. Let's get an animal energy card. Oh, we have my hummingbird. Oh, such a beautiful, nurturing energy to have. Let me go ahead and grab my book and let's read the hummingbird together. I believe this is an air sign, so that's going to be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius coming out. This could be in your chart or someone else's. And we have the hummingbird, positive, enthusiastic, and spiritually resourceful. Inside the tiny hummingbird resides an endless well of energy and positivity. The hummingbird's secret is that it has learned where to gather nectar, and it returns to these sources daily for their nourishment and rejuvenation. This sacred elixir springs from many sources, but usually involves nature, creativity, and exploring spirituality. Follow the way of the hummingbird, and you cannot go wrong. Every droplet of life becomes sweet, every moment worth savoring. So with this hummingbird energy, I do get the sense that, like, I feel like you don't see how good things are about to get. Maybe you feel really drained. Maybe you've recently like lost someone or gone through something. This feels almost no contact when I touch it. Where like you've kind of blocked someone off, or you've put a wall up between you and someone else. Maybe someone that you were, I'm getting like very kind to, very nurturing and loving towards. Maybe they like try to drain your energy or your life force with my life purpose coming out. Yeah, I feel like this person put the world on your shoulders, and it's almost like it hurt to know that you had to walk away, but you still knew that it was the right thing to do. Okay. Where do I want to go from here? Let's get some situations going on. Let's find out. Let's get a little more in depth on what's going on here with my collective. Okay, no, I'm not taking that many. You need to get it together. Just one or two. Okay. Yeah, okay, we have tragedy. We have my forbidden love card coming out. And then we also have pause or interludes. That is that confirmation for like a no contact situation that's going on, or that's being highlighted here. Let's get just a couple more. What's going on in this no contact for my collective? We have synchronicities and we have interview. So once again, interview is coming up in reverse. So that's that no contact vibe of like, you guys are not talking. You are not currently in communication with someone. You might be getting a lot of signs and synchronicities. It's funny because when I was shuffling my theme cards, yeah, you might have anxiety about this person coming back. Or they might have anxiety that you won't reach out, or that you are, yeah, I've come together in reverse. This person's anxious that they'll never see you again. They'll never hear from you again. This is like a disappearing act. Interesting. Interesting that it's like this person put a lot of weight on you. And I think you're very much done. Although they are trying to manifest you. They want to talk to you, but I feel like they don't know what to say. I feel like you're in this weird limbo. Like you have love for this person, but you're not willing to like overexert yourself any longer. Let's get one or two more. Oh. Oh, we have Caprice. Or Caprice. That's being paired with happiness, my jackpot. So I do see something really good coming in for you soon. Like I said, like it's like you knew what the right choice was. even though it was hard to make. And I think in making that, you did kind of hit some kind of spiritual jackpot, or maybe some kind of reward. We have Virgo. This might have happened during like August, September, Virgo season. Yeah, this could have been regarding love or a false love. Unfortunate. Yeah, someone didn't want to see your beauty. They didn't want to recognize your beauty. We have birth in reverse. Yeah, again, I do feel like it's kind of a blessing in disguise. Maybe this person, this could be like a baby daddy, or there could be children involved. Interesting. Let me get one or two and then we'll move on to some tarot. I have inner temple coming out in reverse. So you might be trying to like distract from thoughts of this person. I'm getting the sense that you might feel very disconnected from self. You might feel really tired, exhausted, stressed out at this time. It's almost like you're trying to ignore your own heart. Maybe because it's bleeding from this forbidden love, this tragedy, this pause. But I feel like you initiated this. Again, I feel like you knew it was going to hurt and you did it anyways. Oh, we got 2 flyers. We have align your life in reverse, and we have boundaries in reverse. And I feel like this is the lesson that you were meant to learn. Yeah, you might feel really disconnected right now. We have don't dim to fit in. Yeah. And then we also have Anna, the grandmother of Jesus, in the middle of the deck, watching over you at this time. I do feel like there are a lot of feminines watching over. Mostly because I think that they're very proud of you. But I also feel this is an energy of like, how did I not see this before? And I think that's what the heart is trying to like, that's the message that the heart really has. It's like you knew that this didn't align with you in some way. Too many hands in the cookie jar. Or maybe this person took too much from you. And I think all along you kind of knew that that was their underlying character. And that might have actually shattered you. I actually kind of feel like you were dealing with a narcissist. Or someone who was trying to, like, wear you down. Wear down your boundaries. This almost gives me the sense of, like, how, like, Republican men want to date liberal women because they need to, like, break them. Like, that's the challenge. That it kind of feels like that. And I think as a result, you might be a little scared to face yourself after this heartbreak. Because I think, again, you knew something was wrong here, but you just couldn't, it's like you didn't want to look at it. Interesting. Give me just 1 or 2. I'm not taking all that. Be nice. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, there's a 3rd. Her. Okay, yeah. I feel like some kind of truth came to you. I feel like someone was lying to you, and when the truth actually came out, it really disrupted. Because this is my disruption card. It really disrupted. Or fractured. It fractured your perspective of this person. But I think in the end, we have 20, 16, 7. I think in the end, this is like a huge triumph for you. I think it really helped you to break out of some kind of mental prison or paranoia, anxieties. Yeah, we do have anxiety at the back of this deck. I feel like the truth, while it was hard to swallow, it was exactly like the cure that you needed in this situation. Because you are that hummingbird. You are this like endless well of positivity and love. I actually feel like you are so kind and giving and nurturing. But Spirit needs you to know, like, there are people who can't, who don't know how to stop taking, number 1. Who don't know how to appreciate what you've given. And who don't know how to reciprocate the authenticity, the sincerity that you provide to a relationship or a dynamic. Interesting. Let's go ahead and get some tarot. Okay. I'm going to use my dream deck for this one. Just because I feel like you guys, I do feel like there is like you're having a moment of like pause, right? And we did have that. We do have my pause card, not just with this no contact situation, but I feel like this is very much internal. You might feel very shaky. I was picking up on that earlier, feeling like you're on shaky ground. You might feel like that in your life because you're like, if I let this person like wear me down and walk all over my boundaries, where else am I doing that? Where else am I compromising in my life? And I feel like that's what it's meant to do. It's meant to bring you to this moment where you actually have to like look in the mirror and be like, okay, well, this is what I've been up to. This is what I've been up to, and this is not working for me, and it's not making me happy. It's not fulfilling. In fact, it's actually attracting these people who really, really drain me, who like take all this color from me. Unfortunate. Okay, sorry. I started to shuffle and then I just stopped. Yeah, let's get some tarot for this. No, that's too many. Just one. Okay, I can take two. Okay, I have my Palace of Cups and my Priestess, both in reverse. Now with my Palace of Cups, this is actually very specific to the Dream deck. Now the Palace of Cups is all about like the inner temple, which is exactly what the inner temple card was. And this also came out in reverse. So it's about like an emotional sanctuary, an internal sanctuary that you can go to. When I see this in reverse, it's almost like avoidance. And when I'm seeing that with a Priestess, this is because, one, events of the past that have kind of caused you to want to swim away, you know, from your own internal, oh, maybe that's the well. The well is like your internal emotions. So when you try to ignore them, or you refuse to process them, or you refuse to look at what's happened and how that affected you, I think in a really authentic way as well, like not really repressing or holding back how you feel. I feel like that'll stabilize you more in the current so that you can build a future. But as of right now, it's like you're avidly ignoring how you're feeling. And I feel it's, I'm hearing, I think it's Hank Hill from King of the Hill, where he tells his like niece, he's like, oh, you know, you just have to like take all your emotions and you shove it down like right underneath your stomach. And it's Leanne, and she shoves it down. She goes, Uncle Hank, this hurts. And he goes, that's how it's supposed to feel. And that's kind of what I'm getting where you've been at right now. It does feel like a rock and a hard place because this does seem like it's something hard to like look at. You might also feel like you're being watched, or you might feel like you don't have a safe place to like decompress, deconstruct, or process yet. Maybe you're waiting for things to slow down, maybe because you're helping other people. You do seem like a very service-oriented person, but I do feel like, again, too many hands in the cookie jar. So it's making it really hard for you to take a step back to yourself and like breathe and process what's happened to you. We have my Four of Cups in reverse. Oh, why are so many reversals today? Goodness, goodness. Yeah, it's like you can't get a moment alone. I feel like there is a really, it doesn't feel deep. It feels itching. It feels like nagging, like a nagging desire to impulsively do something. But that's not what you want. And I think actually these could be even like quick fixes, like a sweet treat, you know, like instead of having eggs for breakfast, you go and grab like a latte and a butter croissant. You know, it's not exactly healthy for you, but that's what you were craving. But what you really did need was, you know, some eggs, some toast, some bacon, like actual food to keep you going throughout the day. Instead of just like caffeine and carbs. Not that carbs are bad. I think they're amazing. But like you need more diversity in your diet. But yeah, there's like this wishing, wanting, yearning, but it's almost like you don't know for what. We do have Cancer and the moon being highlighted. We actually have the moon being highlighted twice here. So it's all about internal emotions. It's all about how you're feeling, your heart, dude. Like, what is going on? It's like you're... It's like your head's just above water. But you don't want to realize you could like stand up, you know? Like you think you're drowning, but you're really not. It's okay. I'm sorry. All right, we have my Knight of Coins in reverse. But we have my Magician. You know, Major Arcana coming up right is always a good sign. I do see you getting things under control. You might feel very worried or anxious or hyper-focused on finances at this time, on furthering your finances. This could be like focusing on finding a new job or a business, because I do sense some dissatisfaction in your career. And so I feel like right now that feels like what what you can control. So you might be avoiding your emotions and focusing heavily on work, finances, or even some kind of like external stressor, or like helping other people, rather than focusing and like reflecting a little bit on your emotions. That could be making you feel a bit unstable. Again, this is supposed to lead to a triumph. This was meant to disrupt you. You needed to learn that, like, people can't just take and take and take. You are an endless well, don't get me wrong, but you have to prioritize and take care of yourself. Otherwise, how can you help anyone else? Okay, let me get one more. Then we'll cut. Okay, yeah, I do see you taking control. Get it, girl. Or boy. Hold on, let me cut. Oh, sorry. We have my King of Coins here to pair with my Queen. Ah, look at the lovely couple. Okay, someone actually might be coming in to like take care of you, help you. This could be, yeah, they don't think you're an amateur by any means. They see you as like very mature, wise. This is the type of person where like when they meet you, because this person feels new, when they meet you, they're just gonna have to sit and like think about it. Where they're just kind of in awe of you, where they're just like watching you. But I don't think they're gonna approach just yet. We have my Emperor as well. Oh wow. But the Devil's hiding behind him. And actually I have my Queen of Swords, so I do feel like you're well aware of this Devil energy. Yeah, someone might be coming back in to tell you, someone that you cut off, to tell you that like they've got things under control in their world, or like they fixed something or they changed. But I don't see that being true. We have the Devil back here. This is all about addictions. This is all about like mental illness. It could be, you know, toxic relationships, toxic behaviors. This person hasn't changed, nor do they intend to. And I think you see that. I think you see, and that's part of the boundaries, I think, that are going up. I think part of what this had to teach you is that I keep hearing like inauthenticity. I don't know why. Maybe you could look into like Carl Jungian and like the journey of the dark empath, because this is very much giving, I think it's like the sovereign empath, where it's like they cannot withstand inauthenticity in others, but that can lead to like severe isolation. And a big part of why they can't handle that inauthenticity in other people is because they themselves are so authentic. They can just see straight through other people's motives. So again, I do get the sense like you will be quite, I'm hearing heavy-handed with this person. Please don't get violent, but I do get the sense that maybe, yeah, you might have to be really assertive with this person. Because my Queen of Swords, I always describe her as like a bitch, but she does get a bad rap, you know? She's not aggressive for no reason. She's careful, she's considerate, she's calculated, but she's protective of herself and of her like kingdom, constituents, citizens, etc. You know, she's not like this for no, ooh, and the King of Swords behind her with the Sun as well. Ooh. Whoa, hold on, I'm sorry. I'll be right back. So my King and Queen of Swords, right? And we have my King and Queen of Coins here. Oh, this is calculated. This person from the past who's like trying to drain you, you may have uncovered something here with my Two of Swords being in reverse. It's like that blindfold on her eyes was ripped off. You may have uncovered something here very suddenly, left you with a lot of inner conflict. You may have felt defensive. This person, this masculine from the past feels incredibly defensive. It's very like hush hush to him. It's very shh. Like he does not want me to, it's almost like he doesn't want to hear it, because it would mess with his idea of what's going on. It's so strange. This is so strange. But yeah, it looks like you've uncovered some kind of truth about this Emperor, who's actually this King of Swords. He's very calculated, very manipulative. I would even go to a point where it's like he may be very detached emotionally, but this feels it doesn't feel dark. It just feels like, again, defensive. This person feels very, very defensive about whatever's gone on here that has caused you to become this, to match their energy. They're very cold, because it's not dark, but it's cold. It's like, it's not that they're unemotional, because this person feels emotional, but it's like they keep all their emotions like in an ice box, or like locked away in like a safe or a freezer or something. That's so weird. But I do see you like matching them. This might have been over, yeah, someone didn't fulfill their role in a commitment. And it looks like things, yeah, you went your own way because of that. Because they couldn't, it was like they couldn't give you what they needed. Not only that, I think that they were draining you a lot. Maybe of money. Maybe of money. Or resources or time, efforts. We have my Hanged Man. Feeling as if you may feel a little stuck in this situation, like you don't really know what to do. I do see this person from the past wanting to come forward and tell you like, oh, things have changed for me. I'm different now. I'm better now. I can do this for you now. I can provide for you now. But I see you happy with someone else. I don't think that this person, we've got my Queen of Cups. Like, I think that right now you're in this like Magician, Knight of Coins energy where like you have been drained and you have been put through something really hellish, if I'm being honest, but you took control. Like it feels so disciplined, and I think you were able to recognize where almost like where the leaks are coming from and plug them up. Yeah, that's part of that control. And I think that this is going to result, I think that you're putting in all this work and effort, redirecting your focus is what I'm hearing, like redirecting your energy away from this King of Swords, putting that wall up. And I was getting that in the beginning, where I was like, it's like you're putting a wall up to someone. Yeah, like this Queen of Swords puts a wall up to protect her citizens. So you might have put a wall around your heart to protect your emotions from this like person, because they come off very like, they come off as an equal match. They come off as though they have that like hummingbird energy. But it's like a mask or a trick. This person is very cold. And I think fearful. I think very fearful. A lot of air signs. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. We've also got some earth signs. That's going to be Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. We did have Virgo as well with that Virgo season. And then this King of Coins is coming in here. So, you know, once you fixate, like, not fixate, but maybe it is fixate. Maybe you got ADHD or something. But once you redirect your focus over towards, like, finances and money, I do see a match coming in for you. Like, a proper match as well. Not one that you have to, like, hide your emotions from, but someone that you can actually build with. And what's so funny is that at the back of this deck, we do have foundation and achievements. So I do see you, like, building and working. And it's almost like a no-brainer. Yeah, you don't even have to question it. We have answers at the back of the deck. You don't even have to question it. When this person comes in, oh, this is so amazing. When this person comes in, it's a fulfillment of wishes. And I think you know that right from the rip. And actually, if I can be honest, I think you were a wish fulfillment to this person. But I think they, not, excuse my language, I think they fucked the pooch here. Because we have my priestess in reverse. Like, they did something intentionally to, hurt you or blindside you. Something here that's nasty. Nasty, nasty. It was calculated. This person might come back in saying like, oh, I didn't know. They know. They knew. Okay, let's, what do I want to do next? Okay, I do want to get some information on this King of Swords. When can we expect this King of Swords to come in with his buffoonery? Now, I do say, like, king and queen, but, you know, gender doesn't really matter. We have things happen sooner when you focus your energy on you. So, yeah, if you're waiting for this person to come back, focus on your money, girl. Like, get your bag up, babe. Things happen quicker when you focus on you. So what about this King of Coins? When can we expect this King of Coins? Assuming the viewer has focused on themselves. When can we expect this King of Cups? I'm sorry, this King of Coins. Ooh, King of Cups. Oh, maybe he'll come with a cup. Cute. Maybe it's not going to be like just a professional or work situation. No, this does seem like someone that you can like build an actual foundation with. It is a really quite beautiful energy, like a genuine match to yourself. Oh, that's cute. A couple came out. We have trust that it will happen in the right time. Okay, winter. Because we have within a couple of days and within 3 months coming out. So if you have a date with someone new and you're thinking that it might be them, that's this like King of Coins. If you're like, this is going to be for someone, but like not most people. If you're like fresh out of a relationship with this King of Swords, right? And you just recently met someone and you just started seeing them and you think that this King of Coins, I would disagree. I would say that you will meet this King of Coins around winter, or that is when things will become official with them. But if there's someone that you're seeing within the next couple days, to 3 months, I would say be wary. Don't put all your eggs in one basket and focus on yourself. That's like the main thing here, guys. Yeah, it says distract yourself from the waiting game. Yeah. Okay. What's going on with this King of Swords? What was the purpose of that, though? Genuinely. Why did my viewer have to go through that? Karmic message. Learning. Karmic message and learning. We've also got communication. It's about boundaries, babe. We talked about this. It's about any education. Spirit needed to teach you a lesson. Like lovingly, with all the love and in my heart and soul, there are people out here who do not deserve your energy. Okay? You can be the juiciest peach in all of Georgia. There's always going to be a bitch who don't like peaches. So get it together. Get it together. I don't... Not to be like mean, because I know that you're very sweet and loving, but I... Get it together. Have like a self-care day. Yeah. See learning coming out again. Yeah. Because this was... And then we have karma coming out. This was a karmic message for you. And this person, if you're wondering about this King of Swords, if you've been like wondering if they're going to get karma for what they did to you, for how they treated you, they are. They're currently getting it. Just so you know. Good. Good for you. I mean, like, not good for you because you are focused on the wrong thing, but... Good for you. Alright, I'm going to grab just a couple more. And then I think that'll be it. I may grab some messages. I don't know. See where I'm at. Okay, just like the moon, I will go through phases. Absolutely. And I was kind of picking up on that in the beginning where it was like this repressed emotional energy. Where it's almost like you don't want to recognize it's that grief cycle. And, you know, everyone grieves differently. I'm one of those people where, like, when I grieve, I'll go through the cycle like 10, 15 times. I'll be like pissed off, and then I'm depressed, and then I'm bargaining, and then I accept it, and then I'm back to being pissed off again, and then I'm crying, and then I'm all over the place. It's not like a 1 through 5 step program for me. It's more like spin the bottle. And that might kind of be what you're going through right now, is like you're trying to process those emotions, but they're so intense and maybe even a bit scattered, so it's a little hard to like ground them. So grounding techniques actually might be very important, and it's important to remind yourself, like, it's okay, all right? Grief is a big black ball in your chest, and really the only thing that we can do is put a box around it, right? And every day that box is going to grow larger and larger and larger around that little black ball of grief. And it makes it feel smaller, even though it's still the exact same size as when we first got it. And so I think you need to give yourself like the grace to go through your own phases, to feel your own emotions rather than like hiding them and acting like it doesn't bother you. But I totally get it if you have other things to stress about, you know. We also have, I am ambitious and motivated. I do feel like you were heavily drained. And so you might be wondering, like, where did all my energy go? Oh my goodness. This King of Swords was using an IV like a straw for your energy because you were a well, and he just kept throwing his bucket in. Again, it doesn't have to be a he, it's just a masculine energy. We also had enjoy the now, but this came up in reverse, so I do get the sense like there is some hard work that needs to be done on your side, babe. Not to like, I'm not gonna bullshit you, you know, like Spirit is asking you to do some shadow work, to take a look at where you may have been able to place some boundaries, to say, no, actually I'm not comfortable doing that, or unfortunately, not even unfortunately, or I have other things to do today, you know? It kind of makes me laugh. It reminds me of when I was seeing this like doctor, I think. I'd gone on like a date with him. And he was texting me like a day or two later, and he was telling me to like leave my job early so I could come hang out with him. And I was like, no, why would I do that? And that's a great example of like a boundary. Like, it is so unreasonable for this basically stranger to ask me to leave my job to come hang out with him for an hour or two. But if I'm stuck in like a people-pleasing mindset, it doesn't seem all that unreasonable. In fact, maybe I even feel guilty if I don't do it. And that's something you have to deconstruct and process. And me personally, I'm not a people pleaser, so I told that man exactly where to shove it. I was like, why would I do that? For you? Okay. Anyways. But that is like a good example, you know, and that was a big situation for me. Like that doctor was like constantly trying to push all of my boundaries within like the first couple days of meeting him. So I quickly was like, hey, this is weird. I don't think we're that compatible. I'm gonna go, you know? And that's kind of what I'm picking up here is like, you may have dealt with someone like this who was just constantly like pushing you and taking, seeing how much they could take. And it actually almost feels like a game from this King of Swords. Maybe this is a pattern that he's repeated, where it's like he tries to like, and it might be unconscious, where it's like he takes as much as he can from a partner and then like doesn't understand. It's reminding me of this like Reddit post where it's like, I divorced my wife because she had let herself go, and then I see her, you know, 2 years later at like a mutual friend's wedding, and she looks amazing, like the girl I loved in college. Why couldn't she have been that for me? And it's like, because you didn't take care of her, and you didn't allow her the resources, the time, the energy to take care of herself. Again, it's this energy of like, they put the weight of the world on your shoulders, and then like whipped the reins and said mush, and they wondered why you chewed off your collar, you know? It's like very uncomfortable. Actually, I think this person may have made you lose faith, like a lot of faith. And I don't think this, faith in love, faith in a new beginning for yourself. This person may have told you that you weren't deserving. This person was cruel. This feels like narcissist. This feels like a narcissist and empath dynamic. And it's like stressing me out. So I can understand why you would want to like avoid this type of dynamic and how it made you feel. But I do think that, you know, a time has to come where you make the decision to stop distracting yourself and work through it, so you don't have to go through it again. And so that you can attract someone better for yourself that's an actual genuine match for you, who will who will invest in you as much as you invest in them. Because I do very much get the sense like you might be the type of person. There's a lot of moon energy here, and I'm a Cancer moon. Right? And when we look into Cancer moons in astrology, one of the highlighted traits of a Cancer moon is that they love love. They do. But that can they can accidentally love for the both of them. If someone else, if their like partner in a relationship doesn't love them, they will love for the both of them. I've been guilty of that. I've done that in relationships, and it really took like very traumatic things happening to me in those relationships, like deep moments of betrayal, for me to stop and go like, hey, I don't deserve this. Hey, like my partner, my ideal partner would not treat me like this. They would not hurt me like this. I would not have to set these boundaries with someone who respects me already, with someone who sees me as like an equal partner in this relationship. And looking back, like I'm very, very grateful for those lessons. But in the moment, there was so much hopelessness. So I can completely understand how stressful it is and why you would want to distract from yourself. But in the same time, like, it almost feels like enough is enough. I feel like your spirit team is calling you to kind of like, I'm here, get back on your high horse. Sorry, that's just so funny to me, because spirit usually, I'll do like private readings on like egoism and things like that, and spirit's always telling me to like get off the high horse. So to hear spirit tell me to tell someone to get back on it, yeah, like you are not seeing your value correctly. And I think it's because of this person. But there's a lot of fortune coming in for you. We have jackpot. We have happiness coming in. So, like, you made the right decision in a situation by walking away. And you are going to meet your match. And things are going to get easier for you. But you have to set these boundaries. And you have to be realistic with yourself, with what you're able to do. And I think that you have to be, like, realistic with other people. Like, something that really helped me when I was a chronic people pleaser is realizing, like, because a lot of my people pleasing came from the church, right? It came from, like, this is a woman's role, is to help, is to assist. So what I heard as an adult, someone had told me, well, Jesus wasn't nice. He was kind. Jesus would help you, but he wouldn't, like, he's not going to bullshit you or sugarcoat things to you. He's not going to tell you you're great when you're not. And that's kind of the energy that I'm getting here. Is it's like Spirit is being kind to you, but not nice. Not nice. And that's what they need you to do. They need you to kind of grow a backbone is what I get. I do feel like, you know, there may be moments where you kind of like side-eye someone for the way that they're behaving when you really should be speaking up instead of just side-eyeing them. Speaking up on your own behalf, I feel like. And I think that's going to bring in so much more of this happiness, because I think that you're done dealing with people who keep you like confused or who actively hurt you or keep you in negative situations. This actually has a moon on it as well. There's so much moon and heart. There's a heart right above it. There's so much moon and heart energy here. It very much feels like your heart was just curb stomped by someone who didn't deserve it in the first place. And maybe you knew that all along. Maybe you knew that you weren't meant to end up with this person. But the grief is hard and heavy. And it's okay to let yourself feel it. But it's not okay to like ignore your other responsibilities. And I do feel like you need to focus a bit on work. Maybe money or something materialistic. Maybe there's a need to look at your financial health. Maybe this person did something financially as well. That could be a message for some, not all. Because sometimes, like, I know narcissists will try to, like, drain you of all your resources if they know that you're trying to leave or planning to leave. So, like, cut you off from, like, the accounts and things like that. So that might be a note to some of, like, oh, actually, yeah, when I was in a relationship years ago, I would pay him every month for rent. And then I went to, like, South Carolina with a friend on vacation while we were on a break because we were going through a rough patch. And while I was in South Carolina, my landlord called me and informed me that we had not paid rent in 6 months. I had been paying rent for 6 months. It just never got to my landlord. Now, I was very, very young and very, very trusting, and I really cared about my partner. So, but it was a huge lesson. And after that, I was like, oh, I'm no longer going to, like, be with someone where I have to, like, I don't want to micromanage my finances with a partner. I need to be someone that I can trust financially. And I need to, on top of that, I was like, after that, I was like, I'm never gonna live with someone again, and I haven't had to, which I'm very grateful for. But yeah, maybe it was something like that. Maybe because I was getting a sense of betrayal, but it doesn't feel like cheating. It feels more like microaggressions. Maybe this person will, like, aggravate you with microaggressions or, like, try to get you to... Yeah, maybe they try to, like, pull you to anger. I just saw this on the side of my... Yeah, but I think you surprised them. I think you were actually really calm about everything. Yeah, and you're looking in the mirror being like, well, what attracted me to this person? What can I do differently next time so it doesn't happen again? Alrighty, well, that's what I'm seeing for you today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!